together tonight, we're going to invite you to turn to page 3 for Psalm 95.
בזמירות נריע לו, כי אל גדול אדוני, ומלך גדול על כל אלוהים, אשר בידו מחקרי הארץ ותועפות הרים לו, אשר לא הים והוא עשהו, ויבשת ידיו יצרו, בו נשתחווה ונכרע, נברכה לפני אדוני עושנו, אלוהינו ואנחנו עמד איתו בצאן ידו היומים בקולו תשמעו אל תקשו לבבכם כמריבה כי יום מסע במדבר אשר ניסוני אבותיכם בכל נגמרו ופועלי 40 שנה הכות בדור ואומר המטועה לבבם והם לא ידעו דרכי אשר נשבעתי באפי אם יבואו אל מנוחתי שירו לאדוני
I want to ask us a question. I'd like to ask that if I say, please imagine a sign, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? It's going to be different things for different people. So maybe some of us thought about something on a post by the side of the road, and maybe some of us thought of something that signals something else. Yeah, a sign is a symbol, smoke from a chimney that's telling us that somebody is at home. And especially for Jenny, a sign is something that we make with our hands. One of the few places where the Torah talks about Shabbat is what we know as the Veshamru prayer. We're going to sing it tomorrow. And it says, Oti le'ol me'at beino uveni. Yeah? That, Beni uven v'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. I'm sorry. And that describes Shabbat as a sign between the divine and the people of Israel. And when our teacher, Rabbeinu Bachya, looks at that word, he doesn't see a post by the side of the road. He doesn't see smoke rising from a chimney. He doesn't even see a gesture. What Rabbeinu Bachya sees is a secret. A secret. He teaches, based on what his teachers told him, that Shabbat was the only commandment that God gave privately to the children of Israel, as if God whispered it into their ears. Ulashon beni uven v'nei Yisrael moreh al davar nistar. When it says beni uven v'nei Yisrael, we're talking about a hidden thing, a secret thing. Hanimsa b'tzin'ah, that is passed on ever so quietly. Shabbat as a whisper. It's a lovely idea on an evening of poetry where we think about communicating by symbol, when we think about communicating in a way that's very concentrated. When we know that when we read a poem, it speaks to us in a way that only we hear. So I offer that as our kavanah for this evening. We're going to sing and we're going to pray, but I invite us also to be listening. Because between the notes and in the silences, Shabbat might want to whisper something to us that only we can hear. Page 6.
Adonai malach tagel haaretz yishmechu im rabim anan v'arafel sevivam tzedek u'mishpat mechon kiso yesh lefanav telech u'tlet saviv tzara ma'iru v'rakavtei Shama Matishma Zion Matagena Benot Yehuda Leman Mishpatecha Mishpatecha Adonai Shama ותגלנה בנות יהודה למען משפטיך משפטיך מזמור שירו לאדוני שיר חדש כי נטיות עשה שיהיה לו ימין עוזרה קודשו הודיע לישועתו.
Page 6.
ירם הים מומלו תבל ויוש ובר ביערות ימחאוך יחד הרים ירמים לפני אדוני איבה נשפוט נשפוט את זה בצדק ואמירים אדוני מלך ירגזו עמים יושב קרובים תנו את הארץ אדוני בציון גדול ורבנו על כל עמים יודו שמך גדול ונורא קדוש הוא.
We're on page 7. We'll come back together 3 lines from the bottom.
רוממו 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 וישתחוו
please rise. We're going to turn to page 8 for Psalm 29. Welcome, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It's really good to be together. Page 8.
מזמור לדוד אהבו
We're going to go right into L'Chadodi on page 9. You can stay standing.
Page 11, Psalm 92.
So for Psalm 92, you can have a seat if you'd like, but I think a lot about and read a lot about the power of song and the biochemical and spiritual impact of singing together in a group on our beings. And so I want to just invite us, this is one of the things that was hardest about COVID for me, was not being able to be in a room and sing with people. And so I want to make sure we never ever take for granted what a blessing it is. So we're going to sing the sixth line down, or is it the fifth line? The fifth line down on page 11. And I want to invite us the first time, maybe Hannah and Jenny, can you help me? Can you just do it once? And the whole time, all we're doing is we're just going to listen to you singing. And then the second time and the third time, we're going to join. And I just want to invite us to take a moment to pay attention to what happens in the body and in the spirit that's different, even between hearing beautiful music and actually joining with beautiful music. So let's pay attention to that. You good? You want me to join you?
Yeah, of course.
You got this. Okay. dinner in a quiet moment, please share with me and with each other what that felt like. I'm so curious to hear what your experience was. We'll close Kabbalat Shabbat on page 12 with Psalm 93.
Adonai malach, geut lavesh, lavesh Adonai, ozit azai, aptikon tevel baltimot. Edutecha nemenu meyor, nevecha vakodesh, nedotecha nemenu meyor, levecha
Turn to Mourner's Kaddish Kadisha Tom on page 13, and we have a couple of new mourners in the community, and so I don't know if Suze is here. Suze, who lost her mother Irma just this week and just got up from Shiva, and also Tamar and Jay. Tamar's mother Roslyn also died, and she also just got up from Shiva. And David Bukarsley lost his grandmother Lenore Gross. And also Elise, who I don't see you now, hi Elise, whose husband Neil just died, and we hope his memory is always a blessing for you. And to Michael Becker, who's went back east to go bury his mother. There's so much fresh loss in this immediate community and in our broader Jewish community and in the world, and so we invite everybody who's holding the pain of the loss of a loved one, whether it's new and fresh pain or it's long-standing pain, whether it's close and intimate pain or pain for our bigger family. I want to invite you to join us, please, for Mourner's Kaddish on page 13.
Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alama, Yivarach, Chirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei. וחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בהגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מבורך לעולם ועולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקדושה ברכו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תשבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen.
Shabbat Shalom, and welcome everyone. So you can have a seat. I've been thinking about Reuven lately, of all the brothers that appear in our story in this part of the Torah that we're reading now, the 12 tribes of Jacob. I've been thinking about Reuven for the last couple of weeks, and I can't shake it. Do we have anyone here named Reuven tonight in this room? No, not a single Reuven in this room. Do we have a Shimon, a Simon? Do we have a Levi? Okay. So the reason I've been thinking about Reuven is because if you remember back to last week's story, what happens is that Joseph, the brother, who's the beloved brother of his father Jacob, everybody's jealous. He behaves badly. He kind of flaunts that he's more loved than the others. And then one day they're out in the field and he's unprotected by his father. and the brothers conspire that they're going to kill him. And it seems really clear and obvious and indisputable that Joseph deserves to die. All the brothers agree on this plan, except for one, except for Reuven. And what Reuven does is he stands up with all of his brothers. Now, he is the eldest among them. But he stands up and he says, don't do this thing. Don't have blood on your hands. There has to be another way to deal with this guy. And so he basically convinces the brothers that they should throw Joseph into a pit instead, and then we'll deal with him later. They all go and have lunch, but Reuven goes to take care of some kind of business. We don't know exactly what. It's a little sketchy. And he comes back. He's going to save Yosef's life. But when he gets there, Yosef's gone because he's been sold into slavery in the meantime. I've been thinking about this guy, about what it means to be the one brother among 10 other brothers who sees that the thing that everybody else thinks is so right and so obvious and so justifiable says, what are you talking about? You can't do that thing. That's not the right thing to do. And what it means to have the courage to stand up to his brothers and say it. And that happened last week. The story comes back to us this week because now the brothers, of course, go down to Egypt. There's a famine that's happened. And they're standing before Pharaoh's advisor, who they don't know is their own brother Joseph, who, through all the twists and turns of his story, ends up being in a position of real prominence and power there. And Reuven says, in a voice that's loud enough for Joseph to hear, of course he doesn't know that it's Joseph, and in a language that Joseph understands, although he doesn't understand that Joseph understands it, he says, don't you see what happened? I told you years ago that we shouldn't harm the boy. And because we did that wrong then, now all of this wrong is happening to us now. And so we feel this aching pain over 2 weeks of Torah portions, over what's the equivalent of 12 years in Torah time. We see this aching pain of the brother who knew that what was going on was wrong and tried to speak out, but people just didn't listen. And it just makes me think about when we're Reuven and when we're not. When we have an instinct that something that's normative isn't right, and we find the courage to speak up, and when we know in our hearts that it's not right, but we keep quiet for other reasons. And so I want to invite you to take a moment tonight, and let's turn to somebody who's sitting near you. And my question is, when were you Reuven? When have you been Reuven? When have you failed to be Reuven? And by the way, I'll share my by the way afterwards when we come back. So just a moment, a story, one episode, one experience that you had when you either were or were not living in the model of our ancestor Reuven. So take a moment. Introduce yourselves, say hello. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, I'm gonna bring everyone back together. Did anyone meet someone you didn't know before? Okay, a couple people. I hope more than a couple people. Did you discover something about yourself that you might not have thought about in quite that same way before? Any new insight that emerged? Nobody, or you're all just too shy to share? Okay, what I would love is to invite you to just think about this. Reuven failed. He failed. On one hand, Yosef survived, so he succeeded because he convinced the brothers not to kill him, but he basically failed because his moral sense was ignored by the people who were around him. They did not come to see the world the way that he did, and he lived with that guilt for the rest of his life. I just want us to realize that we're not always going to succeed. When we have an instinct or an inclination that's different from what's normative, we're not always going to win. And yet, I'm glad that Reuven's model is here for us in the Torah because it reminds us that it's worth trying anyway. And I say that because these are really difficult times, obviously. And I imagine that in this room, half of you will interpret my words one way and half of you another way. I just want to say I share this thinking tonight not to advance any particular political position, but just to say that I think it matters that we learn how to listen to our own intuition. I think it matters that we know what's right, and that when we feel that something's right, even when it's counter-normative, that we use our voices to share it. So with that, I invite you to turn to page 14, and we'll please rise in whatever way we are able for Baruch Hu.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
You can have a seat. We're continuing on page 14.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'ivim v'na'avim v'na'avim. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu, le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'Aravim, Avad olam, Beit Yisrael, V'avavta Torah mitzvot v'mitzvot.
Page 15, we are heading into the Shema.
כי הם חיינו ויורד ימינו והם נגי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ויורד ימינו והם נגי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ויורד ימינו והם נגי יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו מאהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ישראל. שמע ואהבת את אדוני כדבריך בכל לבבך ובכל משקלך ומעדיך. Adonai Elohechem Emem Emunah Kodot V'Gemadenu. Shibchu Lishma.
In the middle of page 18.
Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai Micha mocha nedar ba'kodesh norateinu Osefer Ayin 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 חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גם ישראל השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום.
Page 19, Hashkivenu, a prayer for peace.
ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויעל ירושלים ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדור תגלית עולם. איי 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 ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינחה. יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבב ויאמר דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי וחי כל
Take a moment for some silent prayer. The formal text begins on page 21. Shalom is on page 26.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
יולמה דברת חירותי וימלית מלכותי. חייכון ויום יחון וחיי לכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבו מבורך ויעולם ליום ויומיה. יתברך וישתבח יתברך ויתרום ויתנשא ויתגדל ויתעלה ויתעלה שם וקדושה לעילא מכל ברכתה ושמרתה תשבחתה ונחמתה באמירה והעלמה Israel.
turn to Aleinu on the bottom of page 27.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהן וגורלנו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Eino, no quiere que me dejen hablar de ello. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד.
Those observing a yard site or those in the grieving period, we invite you to please remain standing and join me for Mourner's Kaddish, page 29.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועלמה יברא יקוטי וימליך מלכותי וחייכון וימלכון וחיי זכור בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחוד לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן יהי שלמה רבה משמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישועל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום ממרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישועל ואמרו Amen.
Amen. Zichronam livracha. May our loved ones' memories continue to be a blessing. A couple of very quick announcements for us tonight. Most importantly, welcome everyone. It's wonderful to have this time together, and we invite you all to join us for dinner, where we have a really beautiful and special program to help ease us out of Hanukkah. We're hearing tonight from two award-winning poets who are escorting us through their poetry over dessert tonight. So Dina Ellenbogen will be reading from her new book, Shore, and we welcome you, Dina. And Roger Kamenens is reading from his new collection called The Missing Jew, Poems of 1976 through 2022. And we thank Bernard Friedman for sponsoring this evening. We're so excited that we can hear from you, and it feels like this is exactly the right spirit for us to be sharing tonight. So even if you haven't RSVP'd, you are absolutely welcome to stay and join us for dinner, on the condition that you RSVP next time, because we're really trying to guess. We're like estimating how many people are going to come, and it's always really hard. We don't want to waste food, so we can't just make endless amounts. So please come and eat. We'll make sure that there's something for you tonight. But please, 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 just plan on being here the first and third Friday night of every month. It's great. We daven together. They're the most amazing people. And then really, really delicious food. And thank you to Del Cielo, our caterers. So I hope that you'll join. And also, if you see an open seat at a table, don't start a new table. Just go and sit down. And even if you don't know the folks, meet each other. So that's it for my announcements tonight. Actually, I'm gonna. Do you want to add something? No. Okay. There's good stuff happening. If we quiet down a little bit over winter break, our office is going to be closed, but we're still having Shabbat services on Shabbat morning. So just stay attentive to that through our emails. And I'm going to turn it over to Rabbi Jensen to close this. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to say that Chana Bubis is back, and it's just so wonderful to see you, and thank you for bringing your voice and spirit here. To have Chana Bubis and Rabbi David Kasher in this room on the same night is just like, oh, so good. And I also want to thank, just say hello to Rabbi Ann Brenner. You're just such an inspiration to so many of us, and I love when you're here, and it's just wonderful to see you. And seated between our two award-winning poets and presenters tonight, it's just quite wonderful. So I'll turn it to Rabbi Jensen to close.
And after the closing blessing, we're going to do Shalom Aleichem and Kiddush over here before we head over to the other side of the room, and then challah is on every table, so you can make motzi at your table and start eating. So we'll stay over here for Kiddush.
And I'm sorry, there's another Bubis that I have to welcome back. Jonathan's visiting so often that we almost don't even think of you as a visitor now at this point, but welcome home. It's good to see you, and our love to Becca. Okay, Rabbi Jensen, it's you. Please rise in whatever way you're able.
Eloheinu, Elohei, Avotenu, V'imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, thank you for this gift of Shabbat. This opportunity to finish Hanukkah and come into Shabbat is a blessing, a softer landing for us, a transitional time from the 8 candles of last night to the 2 of tonight, helping us to ease back into what will be hopefully a normal week. Thank you for this sign, Oti Le'olam, the sign of Shabbat that comes every week exactly when we need it. Thank you for the whisper of Shabbat that only we can hear. What a gift to be together in this space. Thank you for these slower weeks and slower pace at the end of the year. Thank you for the reminder that we too can be Ruvain. Thank you for the reminder that standing in the breach is an act of courage, and it doesn't mean that you're always going to win, but the effort is the thing that matters. Thank you for the chance to slow down, to power down, to enter into this room and just see each other, to have the sacred space of this Jewish time. For you are the source of light, and in your light, you are the source of life, and in your light we too are bathed in light.
Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Sharet, Malachei
השמיים והארץ, וכל צבאם, ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי, מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה ורצון יחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית. יהיו יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי באנו בחרת, ויצאנו קידשת, מכל עמים, ושבת קודשך, ויאהבה ורצון, מנחתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat.